positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I would like to gift my book, The Golden Key, Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance to you at goldenkey.gift, where you can get the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD at checkout. All right, here we go.
Hello, all you positive heads.
Dalien's been working on some very high-tech robotic greetings. Wait, is that the only one you got, or do you have more than one?
Hello, all you positive heads.
I have a whole slew of them, my friend.
Oh, wait, there's more where that came from, folks.
Yes.
Oh, funny. What's going on, Dalien?
Oh, nothing much. Just been quite busy lately.
Yeah, shoo. So much to do, so little time. But this is definitely one of my favorite things, especially when I wake up like today and there is some wonderful feedback from people. Let's see here. Let me pull it up. We got a new review from Little China Doll. She titled it Breath of Fresh Air. And of course, this is on iTunes. And Little China Doll said, in the midst of going through my own awakening and some of the biggest challenges in my life, I started listening to this podcast over a month ago, and I feel blessed to have found it. The synchronicities that have been taking place from podcast to podcast relating events and emotions I've experienced are amazing. I pop this one on anytime I begin feeling down or angry about events or people in my life, and it helps keep things in perspective and reminds me to keep a positive head. I can say with 100% certainty that it has changed my life permanently for the better. Brandon and Dalien, you are doing a wonderful job. I have recommended this podcast to multiple friends who have started making it a part of their weekly or daily routine. Keep it up. Wow, what a review. Little China Doll, thank you so much for completing the circle of love that we're putting out into the world by, shining it back on us. It inspires us so much to hear that kind of feedback, and to even make a, small difference in your life is so meaningful. So, really all we are is reflections of the work that you've chosen to do for yourself. So you should be so proud of yourself to be on the path that you're on and to be doing the work that you're doing to better your own life and to, experience more fully who and what you truly are. So for any of you out there listening, and you're also enjoying the show like Little China Doll, please take a minute and give us a rating or review on iTunes. It goes a long way with us. As you can see, we just beam with happiness when we get these sorts of things. So yeah, thank you. And of course, they also help us to reach new listeners, the more reviews and so forth we get. So you're helping to spread the positivity in the process. So, Dalien, let's see, moving right along. The other thing that I want to throw out that kind of goes with reviews, questions. We'd love to get more questions from you guys. I love it when I get a good, juicy question that I can answer. And oftentimes I'll spend a lot of the episode just doing so. We really want to be interactive with you guys. So write us an email through the positivehead.com website, or you can also leave us a voicemail. You'll see that number on the podcast page on the website. So anyway, moving along, story. What do you got? Anything mysterious, miraculous, otherworldly, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, it's, I suppose you could say all of the above. It's very scientific-minded news, like quite a few of the ones that I brought you lately, talking about new technology. Uh-huh. So it's not quite so mysterious and out there, but it's still really, really cool. This just jumped out at me last minute, Brendan. A concept by a South Korean engineer. This was presented at a skyscraper competition.
Okay.
The Evolo skyscraper competition. So South Korean creator Sung Jin Cho has invented essentially a floating skyscraper that cleans the oceans and produces hydroelectric energy. It's amazing. They've got, on this article by EWAO, Brandon, they have several images. So there's like these artist renditions of what the thing would look like, right? And we're talking about a massive structure that would be floating in the oceans. But like as soon as I saw that, I was just like immediately intrigued, of course, right? And so the artist renditions show you what it would look like, but they've got like a cross section of it, of course, and you can see it's got like 5 layers of filters, I think.
Oh, wow.
So it essentially is shaped like a giant funnel, Brandon. Remarkable. So it would float on the oceans. Polluted water pours in through the top, right?
Okay.
We're talking like what does it say here? A tremendous seepage opening, 550 meters in diameter and 300 meters in depth. So water's just pouring in there, right? And I guess there's even like the article mentions that a patch of garbage on the ocean that's, I guess, pretty stable. So they call it the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, or GPGP. So I suppose that's like an obvious first place for this thing to begin its work, right?
Wow.
But it could literally just like, migrate through, move from one side to the next and clean up the side while the water's, pours in through the top. It's filtrated. It comes out the bottom. But in the process, it's like powering turbines. So it's just,
Wow. Is this the thing that was created by a really young guy? I know I'd heard something about...
no, there's no reference to him being a really young guy in the article.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's a different cleanup system that was designed. It's so awesome to see these things. I wonder if any of them will come to, to actual development in coming years,
Yeah, this thing's got to be... of course, it is just a project and a concept now. But if anything, Brandon, I can see this being sort of the initial seed, and hopefully in the future, if and when they build something like this, because it really seems like we will have something like this eventually. But this will be the sort of initial prototype for the design.
Gotcha.
So I can see things in the future being built that are much like this. Still, it's this very thing that I was just describing. The what do they call it? The sewer. So it's kind of like sewer, but SEAWER. Yeah,
sewer. Okay.
The sewer skyscraper is something that definitely needs to be built.
So much amazing technology in the works. It's just it's hard to keep up with it all, Well, cool story. Well, moving along here, I would like to share a quote and a positive pondering breakdown of that quote. And this one is from the Persian poet Hafiz. And the quote is, "I wish I could show you when you are lonely or in darkness the astonishing light of your own being." This quote has always resonated really strongly with me. I've loved it since the first time I saw it years ago. It's so powerful. How often do we have moments of loneliness or darkness in our lives? Everyone's gone through it. Everyone, if you haven't gone through it, you will go through it. It's just it's sort of a rite of passage as a human being, I suppose, to experience loneliness or darkness and to feel not enough and insignificant and insufficient. And I just like to suggest and remind you, and it's something that we talk about all the time, but you can never talk about it enough. You are literally a divine being in the physical form. You are literally source, a focal point of source. You are so divine. And if you are out there and you're feeling lonely or dark or not enough, or you haven't accomplished what you should, and you should be where your neighbor is or your best friend, and how come he's got the girlfriend and you don't, or she's got the boyfriend and you don't, all those thoughts, all those ideas of, the job, everyone around me is so wealthy and I'm struggling day to day, or there's so much of that is just so prevalent with all of us. We all experience it, and it's just based off of not focusing on what's true. And the truth is that you are absolutely divine and absolutely self-sufficient, and you can't get it wrong. You've succeeded right where you sit at this very moment. And I know, once again, this is something that all of you, everyone listening, has gone through and will go through. And probably some of you are going through it even as you hit play on this podcast. And I want you to just remember, take a deep breath. And what's the most important thing out of all of the story that keeps popping up in your life, all these stories and patterns and ideas and thoughts and opinions and should-haves and could-haves and didn'ts and why not and all those things. If you can just put it all down and say the most important piece of the story. What is the story? The story of all stories. The astonishing light of your own being, your divine source energy, living in eternity. You cannot get it wrong. You cannot lose. You have all the time to get it right. Your dreams can always work out. You know, you missed your dreams. You think it's too late. It's never too late. You have infinity ahead of you. What in the world? Time? What's time? It's an illusion. It only means something if you think it means something. Take a deep breath. Try again. Start over. It's there waiting for you to just let go of all the stories and just get lost in awe and beauty. The awe and beauty of who and what you are, knowing who and what you are, and being grateful for all these challenges that only are going to make the rewards that are just waiting in your vibrational escrow, as Abraham likes to talk about, waiting to be unleashed on you when you're a vibrational match for them. And that entails non-resistance and love of the moment and where you're at and all that you are and all that you are not. It's perfectly imperfect. And I just want to make today's episode about that reminder, just going straight there. And in an effort to helping to support me in that endeavor, I'm going to bring in my favorite, Abraham-Hicks. This particular talk is called Tell a New Story. Take a listen.
Have to find a way of thinking the thought that gives you relief before the things around you can change. You have to begin telling a new story. You have to tell the story the way you want it to be before the story of your life will actualize around the story the way you want it to be. Do you know that everything that you are living, everything that you or anyone else that you are seeing are living, everything that is being lived by anyone is in response to the story that they are telling? Period. That's all. The story they're telling, the way they think, the way they feel, their moods and attitudes, you are your point of attraction. And if you want something to shift in the story and the way it manifests, you've got to start telling the story in a way that shifts your emotion as you tell it, which means you've got to leave getting response from others out of the equation and look only for the response you get from your alignment with who you are. We know it's entertaining to talk about things that evoke responses from others. Sometimes you want their sympathy. Sometimes you want their understanding. Sometimes you just want them to be on your wavelength with you so that they'll understand what you understand. But you have to leave what everybody else thinks out of the equation and only put into the equation what you think, the vibration that you're offering, and the vibration of the source within you. So we want you to begin to try to hear the story that the source within you tells. The source within you tells the story, you are worthy beyond description. And when you say things aren't going well, there's a clash in the stories. Source says, all is well for you. And you say, no, it's not. Source says, all is well for you. And you say, what world are you living in? All is well. All is well. Well-being abounds. Well, not over here where I am. There is abundance that is pervasive and is flowing to you. There is an outrageous abundance that has been summoned by you and held by the source within you and tended by the source within you. You have a vibrational escrow of enormous financial abundance. And you say, well, then where's my stuff? And we say, listen to the story you're telling. You've got to start telling the story. You want to start telling the story. I am abundant in nature, and well-being is always coming to me. And I am often understood by the people that I'm interacting with. And I'm loving this life that I'm living. and it's fun to expand and grow. And I love the contrast of my environment, which helps me to continue to identify new things that I want. And often, in fact, usually, I'm not a vibrational match to everything that I want, but I can feel the difference, and I know how to lean in the direction of what I want. And my life just gets better and better, and I'm surrounded by people that are like me, learning about life, and it's really fun to be in this physical body and expand. And I get the sense of who I am, and often when I'm really not paying attention, I can feel the source within me just sort of wrapping those non-physical arms all around me and through me. I can get that non-physical hug, so to speak, from the inside out. Sometimes I can just feel the well-being of my being. Sometimes I get glimpses of what's in my vibrational escrow, and I'm really enjoying how my life is beginning to unfold. And I'm noticing that the people around me are more and more enjoying their life also, and I'm feeling a freedom from detaching myself from what they're thinking or from what they're wanting from me. I'm doing such a good job of living my life. I'm starting to realize the reason that I came forth into this physical experience. In other words, as you start practicing the story that resonates with who you really are, you'll start offering the vibration of that. And you see, you cannot become a vibrational match to who you really are and what's in your vibrational escrow without everything that matches that actualizing around you. And as you begin to feel the predominant vibration of abundance, abundance must seek its level with you. In other words, just like water flows downstream, abundance flows to someone who's in vibrational alignment with abundance. As you say things like, I have to work so hard for what comes to me, then you have to work so hard for what comes to you. As you begin to say, things are coming easier and easier, and I'm beginning to understand how the universe flows, and I'm beginning to understand the vibrational world, and I'm beginning to leverage my time more by pre-paving more things. I'm becoming more of a mental being. I'm not reacting to so many things. I'm lining up more. I'm sensitive to the energy. I'm feeling strong negative emotions. Sometimes really things rub me the wrong way, but that's a good thing, because that means something's out of sync with what I'm wanting. I'm getting more intuitive about people. I can feel when they're leveling with me. I can feel when they're not. I can feel when it's to my advantage to interact with them. I can feel when it isn't. In other words, I'm becoming more intuitive. My senses are out there in advance. I'm doing a better job of pre-paving. Tell that story. Tell the story of how well things are going. People like me. I'm doing well everywhere I go. Good ideas flow to me constantly. I always have a good time. I have fun wherever I am. There's cooperation around me all the time. New ideas are flowing to me constantly. I never get enough of this physical experience. I love living life. I'm feeling so vital and alive. I love the people that are surrounding me. I love the variety of people. I can see the diversity of the talents and the people that are around me. And I realize what a wonderful team that we are working together. I'm appreciating the people of this planet more and more. I love the cooperative nature that we are all about. I love knowing that we are all casting our vibrational votes. I love knowing that there is no injustice. I love knowing that everybody gets exactly what they are offering vibrationally. I love knowing that I'm getting exactly what I'm offering vibrationally. I love knowing that I don't have to hold anybody else responsible for the way my life's unfolding. I love getting into this appreciative mode, because the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. I'm eager about this life experience. I want everybody to have the fun that I'm having in this life experience. I'm not bothered by those who aren't having fun, because I know the potential for fun is there for all of them. I love being the clear example that I am. I love offering my vibration deliberately, and I love watching all of the universal factors lining things up. I love how circumstances and events come into alignment to give me evidence, post-manifestational evidence of how I'm doing vibrationally. I love knowing that it doesn't matter what's going on right now, because I can keep telling a new story. I love knowing that it doesn't even matter how good my story is right now. It might not even be close to the best story that I can tell, but I love knowing that I can continue to tell a better and better story. And I love knowing that the cooperative universe will keep matching my better and better story. I love knowing that I have the option to focus. I love knowing that I am the center of my universe. I love knowing that it's a vibrational universe. I love knowing that law of attraction is utterly consistent and will never bring me anything that's not a vibrational match. I love knowing that everything that I get is because of something that I've been saying chronically. I love knowing that I can morph the story, I can tell a different story, and I love the cooperating universe that will continue to give me evidence that I've changed the story that I'm telling. I love knowing that I never get it wrong and that I can't get it done, and that no matter where I'm standing, there will always be new data that's coming. I love all of the people that are surrounding me, that are playing the same game that I'm playing. I love knowing that they're not in charge of me, that they can't control me, and that I'm not in charge of them, and that I can't control them. I love knowing that we are all here as vibrational entities. We are all here as extensions of source energy, and that we are all much more in harmony with each other than we are not in harmony with each other. I love knowing that every particle of the universe has that which is wanted and that which is not wanted. I love knowing that every person within whom I interact, there are things that I would like about them and things that I don't like about them, and that it's up to me to fixate on the part of them that I want more in my life experience. And I love knowing how cooperative many of them will be. I love knowing that even the most tuned in, tapped in, turned on person, I can extract from them something less than tuned in, tapped in, turned on, because I am a powerful creator. I'll get from everybody whatever it is that I focus upon. I am responsible for my experience. I get the complete credit for everything that's happening to me. I love the stability of this time-space reality, but I love even more the stability of the eternal nature that is me. I love my expansion. I love where I am. I love where I'm going. I love where I've been. That's the story you want to tell.
Before we continue on with today's episode, I'd like to take a quick moment to tell you about a podcast called Stories of Impact. As those of you that have been listening for a while know, I am always excited to get the word out there about other inspiring and insightful shows. Stories of Impact is just that. It features stories of new scientific research on human flourishing that translates these basic discoveries into practical tools. It brings a mix of curiosity, compassion, and creativity that is suitable for all ages, and it's stewarded by journalist Richard Sergey and acclaimed writer-producer Tavia Gilbert, who shine a spotlight on the human impact at the heart of a cutting-edge social and scientific research project, which was made possible through the generous support of a grant from Templeton World Charity Foundation. So if you're looking for scientific research-backed stories and tools to aid and inspire you on the path to becoming the greatest and grandest version of yourself, be sure to check out the Stories of Impact podcast. I mean, Dalien, if that isn't an inspiring rant, I don't know what is. It's like, Source tells the story, you are worthy beyond description. All is well for you. You have a vibrational escrow of enormous financial abundance, of enormous relationship abundance, of enormous friendship abundance. It's all just there, when you tell the story of I'm abundant in nature, and stop telling the old story, because it makes no sense to tell the old story of who you were once. Like, oh, these things have happened to me throughout my life, and so this is who I am. Like, it's not who you are, it's who you were. And who you are, every moment is another chance to turn it all around. You are literally born anew in this moment. Every cell in your body has been changed over the last few years. The old you literally physically doesn't exist. They're dead and gone. It's been replaced by new cells. So not only spiritually, but physically, you're new. You're always renewing. So why are you drumming up an old story as if that carries forward? It doesn't carry forward in any way. Today you can decide to be anything that you want. You can change your career path immediately. You can drop anything because there's nothing to fear. You can't lose. You can't really ever get it wrong. So, move into the beauty of uncertainty and trust. And that's what the universe comes to meet. It meets those that are willing to step out on a limb, put themselves out there and believe and have faith, and not do what they do out of fear. Because, practicing the story of what you want, things will come easier and easier. Lean in the direction of what you want, and it inevitably must show up vibrationally as a response. So, well, Dalien, that really kind of gets down to it for today. I know we have a song that we want to share. What did you had something that you had found queued up, right?
I found something that a friend played for me, our friend Tim Powers. So name dropping him again. Oh, cool. And Tim played me this track that instantly sounded like something you would like, or I thought so.
Cool.
So that was one of the things I thought. And the other thing I thought is this is a great song. It's a really cool song. And the lyrics are really cool.
Yeah, you were saying that you love the lyrics. I'm always a sucker for like strong lyrics.
Seems like it's our sort of thing. You will see when you listen.
I haven't even heard it yet. So let's all take a listen together, shall we? What's the name?
It's called, the artist is Boy.
Okay.
And the song is called We Were Here.
Well, I hope you enjoy. Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
Have been leaving traces, they won't ever disappear. And the rains get rough, time can't wash us off, we won't ever disappear. Cause everywhere we've been, we have been leaving traces, they won't ever disappear.